Hello, thanks for joining me, astrologer Patrick Arundell, for your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 21st of June. This is for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be delighted if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. And if you'd like to soar above Zodiac sign astrology and embrace your deeper personal future prospects, please check out my special offer below. It's 30% off for a year's forecast and a character analysis combination, totally based on your unique birth data. Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your in-depth forecast for week commencing the 21st of June. Mercury, the planet of communication, has been twisting backwards in your sector of life's joys. So anything to do with dates or creativity may have been subject to some snares. Now the great news is that Mercury goes forwards this week, but also the Sun moves on Monday into the sign of Cancer. We have the summer solstice. Now the sign of Cancer for you is house 6. This is very much to do with life organisation, routines, appointments, where we provide services to others, where we get structure, where we look at things like nutrition. It's very much to do with virtue. But Jupiter, the planet of fortune, which went into retrograde at the end of last week, forges a marvellous angle to the Sun this week. So if there's something you've been waiting for that's been really stuck with Mercury's retrograde, it can come in now, and it could be linked to an improvement in your financial situation, or getting the details or a plan together that can take your situation forwards in a purposeful way. Now, not only are Jupiter and the Sun in a glorious trine, Venus, the planet of relating, is also already in the sign of Cancer, but it's in an opposition with Pluto. This is quite a psychological combination, to be honest. It's possible, for example, that someone could offer you something, and it may be to do with your work, and it may seem very enticing, but watch out for anything that may have some kind of hidden catch. That's not always the case with Venus in right angles or oppositions or conjunctions with Pluto, but sometimes there can be some kind of hidden leverage which is not entirely obvious. Now Thursday sees a full moon in your 12th house. This is probably one of the trickiest of the full moons of each year. It's asking you to be open to the concept of balancing emotional, spiritual and psychological health with your more physical well-being. Now, the Western world, we're very much tied up with the physical side of things, but actually there is a connectivity between all these areas. So if you do find yourself feeling a little bit out of sorts, lower energy than normal, and it would be surprising this particular week with the Sun in such a great angle to Jupiter, but if you do, particularly over the next couple of weeks, the issue here is about trying to integrate some of the parts of your being that perhaps you're reluctant to accept. So fears, anxieties, perhaps even things we don't quite like about ourselves. That's all the 12th house. Also at work, just be aware that there may be someone who may not be working on your best interest. They may be entirely pleasant to your face, but there could be some politics doing the rounds, so just be conscious of that. Now Neptune, the planet of dreams, goes into a retrograde on Friday, which will go on till the end of November. That means you've got 2 planets winding backwards in your sector of everyday resources. That's not to say that money can't come in. I just feel it could entirely this week with Jupiter's angle to the Sun, but just use your resources wisely through that period of time. But on Sunday, it's a glorious development because Venus moves to join Mars in the sign of Leo. Now Venus in the 7th house that it's entering is very much to do with harmonization. The 6th house is a bit more to do with sacrifice. So Venus moving into the 7th house is very Libran-like. It finds points of interest. It celebrates the things we have in common rather than focusing on what makes us different. And because it is going to be combining with Mars so gloriously right through the first 3 weeks of July in your 7th house, It can be a marvellous opportunity for you to recharge your relationship sector, meet somebody new, find new ways of collaborating in a business situation, or bring greater happiness to an already pretty good relationship.